Yes, Abhishek Pandey, first of all, describe about yourself and your personality.
So my name is Abhishek Pandey. I belong to Lucknow district of Uttar Pradesh. My hobby is reading about India's international relations. I'm a person which has good command over communication skills. And my father works in UP Police. My mother is a housemaker. And this is my third attempt in CAPF and my first interview, sir.
Okay, good. Can you describe about the culture of Lucknow?
So one word to define the culture of Lucknow is Hindu-Muslim tehzeeb or Ganga Jamuna tehzeeb, which is very prevalent in our society. Second word to describe my culture is Nawabi culture, which came from the Awadh regime, which ruled once upon a time in Lucknow, sir. So these two words defines my culture.
Okay, good. You have passed your plus two from Red Rose Senior Secondary School. You have been that school for almost number of years. So how that
Right,
school
sir.
has been able to shape your personality?
So in terms of different disciplines, they have taught me with a level of curiosity they have generated in having knowledge about different streams, in knowing deep about different streams. I can say the level of curiosity today I have in reading about in knowing about different things, it was a gift of my school. In terms of in terms of my personality, they have gave me this very important tip to be very healthy, to be very active, to be very agile throughout the life. So that I also added the active dimension into my life, sir. And third thing, the moral lessons they have given me has helped me to take took decisions and to live a path which is judicious and correct, sir.
Good. You have shifted from science stream to arts. What was the reason?
So I have dropped a year for the preparation of JEE mains, sir. During the course of my preparation for the JEE mains, I realized that my aptitude is not for the subjects of science. So I decided to shift from science towards humanities.
Okay. You have studied Indian philosophy and Western philosophy, logic and ethics, which are your main subjects at the graduation level.
Yes,
So how will you
yes.
compare the Indian philosophy, Western philosophy, and what are the differences between the two?
So I can say that the ultimate purpose of the Indian philosophy is to connect the individual with the higher self, with the ultimate aim, with the ultimate which is existing, called Brahma in Indian philosophy. But in Western philosophy, we can say that they are more into knowledge of what is there into this present life which we are living. Their approach is more rationalistic. Their approach is to promote a culture of more adventurism, a culture where a person is more inquisitive of what is going around. Like the first philosophy the Western gave was how this Earth originated, and in India we have seen that they are more interested in making a person more closer to the God, more closer towards a more perfect self. And Indian philosophy starts with pessimism, sir. We see that they starts that there is sorrow, that there is certain degree of pain and suffering there in society. Though it ends with a lot of positivity and a lot of lessons. But we see that in Western philosophy, they starts with a lot of rationality and a lot of positivity, sir.
Okay, good. So do you think that the concept of soul in both the philosophy is same?
So sorry, sir. I'm not getting
Concept
the
of,
question, sir.
concept of soul, that human being transgress or there is and there are births and rebirth. These concepts are same or different
Sir, in Western Indian philosophy,
in both the philosophies?
right, sir. Sir, I see there is a degree of, so the ultimate concept of soul, as far as my limited knowledge, is the birth of Indian philosophy. And it is said that Pythagoras was the person who carried this concept of soul from India to the Western philosophy because as per the text, he was a person who once visited India, sir. So ultimately, this fundamental reasons defines that why there a degree of similarity between the concept of soul we see in the Indian philosophy and the Western philosophy, sir.
Okay. You have given your first choice to Central National Security Force, and last choice is
Yes.
CRPF. What is the reason?
So fundamentally, being very frank, the whole giving choices is just because they have asked for the preferences. I'm ready to serve in any of the forces. And though when they have asked, I have put my mind, and I got to know that CISF gives an officer an early opportunity to lead the forces. There are many subunits in CISF where, at the rank of inspector, a person gets the chance to command, sir. And secondly, when I got to know that the opportunity which CISF serves to explore whole India, because the postings are relatively for more period, I choose CISF as a first. And there is no specific reason for putting CRPF at last, sir. It is just a matter of preference, sir.
Okay, but I mean to say that you have tried for NDA also, Naval Academy, Command
Yes,
Defense.
sir.
So it seems that you were bent for the military kind of job or armed forces
Yes,
kind of job. So into that
yes,
parameter, BSF and ITPP fits more in relation to BSF. That is why I'm asking about that.
sir.
So what is your
So one reason was there in my mind when I was. So
yes,
may I speak, sir?
yes, yes.
Sir. One reason was there in my mind that when I have asked my fellow mates who are working in some as an AC in the forces, and when I did my research, I got one interesting point that promotional prospects, the period of promotion, sir, is quite slow in BSF, sir. And when I got to know this, and then I also seen that CISF also has a lot of role in internal security. Like it has been seen that they are operating at the Leh airport, and they are also doing anti-Naxal. They are protecting some very important installations in Naxalite areas, sir. So that is why I have gave my preference for the CISF, sir.
Okay, good. One of your interests is following India's international relations. So how in last one decade the relations between United States and India have improved? Kindly comment.
Sir, I believe in last one decade, the one very important factor that the rising stature of Indo-Pacific and the shift from Atlantic towards Indo-Pacific has did a lot to shape the India-US relations. And the rising China in Asia also played a very important role in framing the relation between India and USA. So, taking these two factors in my mind, I can say that there is an improvement in the relation over the last decade. We have seen a frequent visit of the Indian Prime Minister and the USA President in each of in their visit to their countries, sir. And second thing we say is that a lot of security corporations, a lot of defense corporations, more people to people connect. We have seen a lot of diaspora is getting recognition by the Indian Prime Minister, and moreover, sir, culturally also we have seen that their media is receiving now more audience in India too, sir. So we have seen a very strong degree of improvement in relations between India and USA in the past 20 years, sir.
Recently, we have signed some kind of agreements on related to defense between US and India. What are those
Yes.
agreements? Can you comment?
So, as far as I remember, so it is related to fighter jet engine technology, which now they are offering to India for indigenous production, sir.
And the drones are being acquired by the Navy also. What is the
Yes.
capability of these drones? What kind of drones are these?
So I'm not very much aware about the capability of the drone, sir. But as far as I have the limited knowledge, sir, it has greater surveillance capabilities. It has potential to operate to having a night vision operation, sir. And the radius of operation, sir, it works on the principle of artificial intelligence, and the radius of operation which these drones offers is also relatively more, sir.
Okay, good. One of your interests is singing Hindi Bollywood songs. So how long you have been into this singing kind of interest?
So this is a very new singing. When I was working on my one negative quality of overthinking, then I work on this, and I got to know that singing song has a potential to reduce this thing, sir. So for last 1 year, I am working on. I am practicing this hobby, sir.
Okay, can you sing any Hindi song now?
Yes, sir, I can, sir.
Then go on.
ओ देश मेरे तेरी शान पे सदके कोई धन है क्या तेरी धूल से बढ़ के तेरी धूल से रोशन तेरी जुबां पे जिंदा तू बाग है मेरा मैं तेरा परिंदा है थी दीवानों की जहाँ रोज सुनहरी बहकी कोई और नहीं तेरी ओर हो ओ देश मेरे तेरी जान पे सदके कोई धन है क्या तेरे रूप से बढ़ के
Good. You got good confidence. Okay. Okay. Recently, there were a lot of deaths in the state of UP when there was heat stroke. When the
so
temp-
voice so
Re-
voice is so voice was not clear, sir.
Are you getting me now?
No, yeah, yes, it is clear.
Recently, there were a lot of deaths in the UP. Infrastructure of the health is not as good as it should be. So, what should be done to improve the infrastructure of health in the state of UP?
So we have seen that in recent time. We have seen that in my state, there is one very unfortunate thing that a person, if they need treatment in far-flung areas, then they need to come to the district headquarters for getting secondary and tertiary treatments. So the first thing which the UP government can target is to offer the even at least the secondary facilities at the level where the common people can reach, at the level and at the affordable price, price, so that the common man can pay that amount of money, sir. And second thing, sir, we have seen that there is a huge burden on the doctors, sir. The doctor population ratio is the India's doctor population ratio is low, sir, but it is further lowest if you see in case of Uttar Pradesh, sir. So we need to work upon increasing the recruitments of number of increasing the percentage of number of doctors, sir. And on third thing, we can say that the level of if we say that the level of literacy which population have regarding going for the instead of going for the traditional care to the prominent healthcare center and getting proper treatment. This is also not very much prominent in UP, which is also a very strong reason for high rate of death in Uttar Pradesh, sir.
Okay. There was proposal that we should train doctors for rural areas. They should be given after a degree after 3 years and they can practice in rural areas. Should we implement that proposal also?
One definitely, so this proposal has very one strong advantage that this can help to increase the doctor population, doctor patient ratio, sir. But on second side, sir, we also need to understand that the amount of speciality, the amount of depth a doctor requires, and the dimensions and different things he need to cover to give a proper treatment, sir. That also requires a due amount of time, sir. And we should not compromise with the time to get new doctors. Rather, we need more doctors in due proportion of time, sir.
So we can produce these doctors for primary treatment. If the primary
Yes, sir.
treatment is given, which relates to
So
your
for the primary, yes,
sickness.
sir, for the primary, yes, sir. So the primary treatments, we can look after these doctors, sir. But for the secondary and tertiary sector, it should be limited for specialists, sir.
Okay, good. SSB is also deployed in the state of UP. In which all district SSB is deployed?
Sir, it is deployed in Uttar Pradesh at Lakhimpur Kheri district. Then there is Balrampur, sir. At Balrampur, we have seen the deployment of SSB.
Okay.
Siddharth Nagar is there, sir. We can see at Siddharth Nagar, sir.
Okay. So what is the role and task of SSB?
So such a seamable mandate is to protect the Indo-Nepal border and the Indo-Bhutan border. Further, it also works to promote to bring confidence among the border population, the broader population, and also conduct certain civic duties in the border areas.
Okay. Recently, our Home Minister was in one of the posts of ITBP in Arunachal Pradesh. There he launched Vibrant Village Program scheme. What is that scheme?
So, seeing the lot of issues in the border area development program, the government of India has came up with this vibrant village program, where they have targeted where the ultimate purpose is to face it approach, where on one side the border infrastructure will be upgraded, and on second side the due care will be taken on the population who are living at the borders, because when they are at disadvantage, ultimately this also gives opportunity to the international to other countries to exploit themselves. So and the funding for this program will be a separate funding that will not be a part of border area development program, sir.
So which ministry will fund this program?
Sorry, sir.
Which ministry will give the funds for this program?
Sir, as far as I know, sir, Ministry of Home Affairs.
Ministry of Finance. Ministry of Finance will
Yes,
give
sir.
funds for this program. Prime Minister of the country has linked this program with Gati Shakti. What is Gati Shakti program?
Sir, it is sir, as far as I remember, sir, it is a program for giving boost to the infrastructural development in the country, to provide important incentives and to provide subsidies to give impetus to the to different infrastructure programs like development of roads and other things in the hilly terrain, giving boost to the infrastructures in the coastal regions. So primarily the infrastructure is a target in the Gati Shakti, sir.
Okay. There are 16 ministries which are involved in overlooking the project which comes under Gati Shakti. So there is
Thank you
lot
for
of
enlightening me, sir.
there is lot of coordination and speed is also geared up. Which
Thank you,
all
sir.
state will have vibrant village program in our country?
So it will start with
Okay.
Himachal Pradesh,
Okay.
uh, Arunachal Pradesh, Sikkim.
And Ladakh.
All right, Ladakh. So thank you, sir.
Okay. How it is different from border area development program?
So, so there will be more focus on the civic developments, and the infrastructure will be given a due importance in this program, sir. Further, all other needs the population receives in the border areas like health and other things. As far as I know, sir, this will also be given due importance in this program.
Okay. Border area development program is generally across the whole country, across all the borders.
Yes, sir.
Um,
Yes, sir.
it is related to Myanmar also, Pakistan, Bangladesh. So this is
Yes, sir.
where we are stressing upon the development of the border areas. But we are basically implementing this program in order to develop the villages at that level so that population in the villages remain there and they do not
Yes, sir.
shift from there
Right.
because they are good source of intelligence to us.
Yes, sir. True, sir.
Okay. India has recently celebrated 50 years of friendship with Bangladesh. So, what projects are being covered in that friendship between India and Bangladesh?
So both the countries have came up with a friendship pipeline, which will be called a friendship pipeline, a gas pipeline, where the natural gas will be supplied from India to the Bangladesh, sir. And then we have seen that both countries have recognized each other the contribution of India, which India has played in the liberation of Bangladesh, sir. And on third thing, there were deals regarding the hydropower and water sharing. Some water sharing negotiations also went on, sir, though it have not been finalized, sir, but some initial talks on water sharing and hydropower has also came in during the 50th year of, sir.
Okay. Can you name the place from where the train between Bangladesh and India runs?
Sir, it runs. Sir, I can guess if you allow, sir.
Yes.
So from, sir, I'm not very, I'm not aware of this, sir. I need
We
to,
have got
I
bus
need to,
service
I will.
bus service between India and Bangladesh. From which city to which city?
Sir, your voice, sir, could you please repeat, sir?
We have bus service with Bangladesh from which city to which city?
Sir, I'm not aware of this, sir.
So kindly do read about it. Similarly, we have
I will.
trains with Pakistan also. From which part of the country these trains are running? Currently not in running, but earlier used to run.
This was an initiative by the Shri Atal Bihari government, where the train has been started between the Indian side of Punjab to the other side, sir. But
Atari
I
to
am not very sure about the.
Atari to
Yes, sir.
okay. And then there is one train in Rajasthan also, which goes
Good,
towards
sir.
the Sindh side from Badmer district, Munabhav to the Sindh.
Good, sir. Thank you, sir.
Okay, okay. Supposing you don't get any of your choice, neither CSF nor CRPF, you land in BSF, Border Security Force, and you are deployed in Rajasthan frontier in the Ganganagar district. So there is always a threat of drones, and drones bring arms, ammunition, as well as heroin, that is drugs. So you have to brief to your troops that we have to be ready to tackle this contingency, this challenge. What kind of points will you cover in briefing to your Jawans?
Sir, I'll give a brief that in case if any drone is visible, then immediately shot the
Shoot the
train
drone. Shoot
drone
the drone. Okay.
and shoot the drone and do a search operation or do immediate search the drones and so if with the ID detector and other things, if it has something, immediately report. Otherwise, if things are not there, uh, 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 if the drones are empty, sir, then we also need to understand that it might have something which might be stolen. So I'll brief them to immediately inform me and the seniors, so we can call the seniors on the land. We can call the seniors of the nearby of the panchayat or the region of some senior head of the person whose land is there, and can launch a search operation to recollect things, sir.
Good. Okay. How will you develop intelligence in these areas so that you get sufficient time and to carry out search operation? Because all the time you will not be able to see the drones. Say one fine night you spotted and you shot the drone, you caught the arms, ammunition, everything. But there may be number of times when you won't be able to spot the drone and it lands in the hinterland. So you require intelligence. How will you gather intelligence in that area so that you can carry out search operation at the later stage also?
Sir, I believe, sir, local population is a very strong source of intelligence, sir. And second thing is I'll develop a connect with the sarpanch or other elected dignitaries in the region, to because they have the local knowledge, sir, to get the basic information, sir.
Besides that, you should have liaison with the police, those officers
Yes,
who are working in that area. You should have good kind of liaison with them. You should work with military intelligence officers also. And then
yes, sir.
there's the BSF intelligence department also, which also works in that area. Then there are IB and RAW intelligence
Yes, sir.
department. They are also working in that area. So you have to coordinate with them also.
Yes, sir.
Then there is Narcotics Control Bureau also, that is
Yes.
also working in that area. So all put together, you have to have a good team. Once all the officers have good team, good friendship, good relationship, you will definitely get timely intelligence.
Right, sir. Thank you,
Okay,
sir, for enlightening me, sir.
okay, okay. In order to win the heart and minds of the local population, as you earlier said, that population is the good connect. You want to win their heart and mind. What kind of activities will you conduct as an officer?
Sir, at the as an assistant commandant, sir,
Hmm.
my first I have the responsibility of civic development under the border area development program. I do the judicious use of I'll do the judicious use of resources, and on the second side, as an individual level, sir, I'll take the help of all the educated persons in that region, and will try to and work for the education of the population who are living there, and also work for their work to provide them a market for their local products, so that connectivity cannot be an issue, sir. I can provide them a certain backup options to market their products.
Okay. So generally, we conduct the civic action program in these areas. Say we conduct medical camp, number one. Then we
Yes, sir.
distribute stationaries, books, pens, pencils. We can give them TVs if they don't have TVs in that area. Then we find out that how many youths in those areas need coaching, guidance, those who can join the armed forces or the CAPF. You have got Jawans, 100 Jawans with you. So you tell them, okay, 2 Jawans will start coaching in this area. You can give free
Yes,
coaching to them so that they become part and parcel of
yes,
your intelligence and your cohesive team. Then you can have
yes,
matches with them. If supposing youth are playing football in that area, you can tell your Jawans, okay, you
yes,
also
sir.
play for team and have friendship matches with them. These
Yes,
are the ways when we enter into the local people and we win their heart and minds. Okay.
yes, sir. Yes, sir. Thank you, sir.
One fine evening, you got the report that one of your Juan, two, three of your Juans who were sent to purchase the ration for cooking purpose, that is for the meals. One of the Juan got drinks and he, in inebriated condition, entered into the one of the house of the local village where you were also having camp and near the border. And he has harassed the woman. And that report comes to you. What kind of action will you take against the Juan?
Right, sir. So the Jawan has did two mistakes. First, he without he consumed alcohol on official duty. Second, he did harassment to a woman. So I'll first call the Jawan to my office for his side of the picture to know the complete detail. Then I'll use my because he was not alone. There was fellow Jawans. So I'll also have a conversation with the fellow Jawan to get the complete picture. And accordingly, if and seeing his past record, I'll prepare a. I'll also look after his past record, and looking after these three things, I'll file a report, and if he'll did wrong, then I'll report my commandant to punish the Jawan under correct section from the of the CRPF, sir, of the BSF, sir,
Okay, okay.
under correct section, sir.
Okay. Is there any requirement for you to go and talk with the parents of that woman or brother of that woman or the panch and sarpanch of that village so that because you were earlier having a lot of connect with them and this one incident can spoil your relations with the village people. So is there any requirement to go there also?
Yes, I believe definitely there is a. This will also give me the complete picture of the whole incident, the women's the side dimensions, and conversation with Sarpanch will also ensure that they will understand that this is a mistake of one person rather than the whole organization, so that the confidence which over the period of time has developed, I'll also assure them that the due justice will be taken, and no one is above the rule of law. Everyone will be punished if whoever did the wrong will be punished. So I'll ensure that the confidence which has been developed over a period of time will also get ensured, and the due justice should also took place, whoever is guilty, sir.
Okay. Hmm. How Sri Lanka is improving its economy now, which has just come out of the economic crisis?
So, so Sri Lanka is working on the mistakes which he did in the past. Now, lot of populist policies which Sri Lankan government has once taken, they're now taking it back. And second thing, now they have realized the diplomacy, the red trap diplomacy of China. So now they are diverging their trade relations. They are coming towards other countries like India. And on third side, sir, they are also seeing the level of inflation they once faced and the level of economic deprivations they have once faced. They're also coming up with a lot of economic reforms, like they are coming up with a lot of new to increase the base of taxation. They're also coming up with a lot of new proposals, sir. And in terms of trade also, sir, they are working on to increase their export and reducing their trade balance, which were once very negative, sir. And so these steps Sri Lanka is taking, sir.
Okay, good. What is your age now?
Sir, I'm going to be 25 on 28th of July, 28 July this year.
Okay, so you have got any more chance, or this is the last chance for CAPF?
So this is my last attempt in CAPF, sir.
Okay, supposing they ask you this question that you don't come in the merit. So what is the contingency plan as far as your career is concerned? How will you reply?
Sir, as per my calculations, and as per my performance in the first two stages, for first stage of the examination, I have this level. I believe that I am going to clear this year. But if in case, unfortunately, since this is my last attempt to enter into the forces, I'll open a public library. So I'll open a library, sir, because in my area, this serves two purpose. On one side, the population, the students section living in such area where there is not much environment of study, they will get an opportunity to have a good environment to study. And on second side, there is no much library. So economically, this will also going to be a very good decision, sir, as per my calculation. So I'll open a library, sir.
What about your personal employment? I'm talking.
So this will be my means of private employment, which I'll go for, sir.
So will you be able to earn sufficiently out of this private library?
Sir, it is a very profitable business in Lucknow, sir. Those who have worked on this are earning good amount to meet their needs and support their families, sir. So I believe it is going to be a very profitable business, sir.
So how this business has come up in Lucknow, and what all is to be done in order to have this kind of business?
So first and the foremost thing, we need to look after those areas where there is some prominent coachings or prominent educational institutions. Second thing we need to do is to arrange the good infrastructural facilities, like some comfortable chair to provide students facility to study for long hours, a good cooling facility, good ventilation, and good area, good clean and noise free area, and proper support of books and certain important magazines and newspaper, so that students get sufficient resources to study, sir. And then a degree of awareness and other things through promotion or by posters, media, and other things, and by using social media and other things, the students will get attracted and see when they come to the library and they see the level of the amount of hours they are putting in, the increase in concentration, then I believe it will going to be a very profitable business, sir.
Why don't you go for the civil services? You have got sufficient time. You are just 25, and you can, I think, avail 6 chances. You have availed only 2 chances so far.
So ultimately, sir, I have been trying from 2015 to enter into the forces, sir.
Okay.
And when I was giving my last attempt in civil services, when I was giving my second attempt in civil services, I was of this mind that this is going to be my last attempt, and whatever be the consequences, I'll not look back. Then I gave my wholehearted preparation to CAPF, and even sir, if I'll get selected in CAPF, sir, I'll not look back, because the second attempt was my last attempt, and I convinced myself even at the time of giving the exam that this is my last attempt, which I'm going to give in civil services, sir.
Okay, okay. Are you interested for the provincial civil service (PCS) exams?
Sir, I have applied. I have applied the previously, sir. I have given 2 attempts in that too, sir. So there is a sync between thoughts, sir. Both civil services and state pieces I have attempted simultaneously in the same year, sir. And the thought process was same behind the attempt. That will be going to be my last attempt. I wrote two mains in. I wrote one mains in the state PCS, that is UPPCS, and that was also my second attempt in UPCS. And the thought process same, sir. That was my last attempt, and I convinced myself to give only 2 attempts in both civil services and the state service, sir.
Okay, good. Thank you. We'll stop the recording.